Hello everyone and welcome to another edition of Brandanda Reviews.
Brandanda Reviews.
My name is Brandon.
I'm Miranda.
And we are Brandanda, as I've already said. This week we're reviewing a album that's, I wanted to say it's a pretty big deal, but I think even in their own catalog, a lot of fans don't see it as like their top or even the conversation of their best album. I think not because it's bad, but more so because everyone just really loves the other albums. Yeah. We are speaking, of course, about Vagabonds by The Classic Crime. It was released April 6th, 2010, so we're on the 10th year anniversary. A couple of little facts. The profits from all the pre-orders were donated to the earthquake victims of Haiti. It peaked at 105 on the Billboard 200 as well. And also, whenever it came out, I remember them doing a music video contest for Solar Powered Life. And there was one person that did this artsy, like, technology is, like, consuming this person. Another person did that thing where they wrote, like, all the lyrics on CDs and it was stop motion. Which made me to wonder, Miranda, have you ever entered one of those contests? Because it seems like you would have.
Yeah, where it's like the best video or whatever.
Yeah.
I'd never had like a video camera that like I could reliably, because like if I would have done that, I would have wanted to be the best.
Yeah.
And I've never had like a video camera. I remember like vividly thinking about doing that a lot of times, but I don't think I was ever good enough to actually enter one.
I never entered one, but whenever In Pop Records, which used to be like Newsboys and Matt Carney and all, they did this thing where they were like, we're looking for the next new artist, so send in stuff.
Yeah.
And I imagine how cringy looking back because I sent them like this little write-up about myself, but then like to record it, I just had my like phone and I was like, hey, here's a song I wrote, here's a little taste of it. And I'm like, I just feel so bad for the intern. I had to be like, who's this Brandon guy? And then he's like, why does it sound like he's hiding in a back room singing? If it was you, don't worry. I was not depressed. I no longer sing into my phone and send it to people. We're going to move into this review. If you're new to our format, what we do is we tell you the good. We tell you what we think they could have improved or the bad. We tell you our favorite song and our overall thoughts. So first off with the good, I wrote down that this album feels like you're on a trip, like in a good way. Like the music is really different. There's a variety of music there, but I think what stands out more than the music is like the perspectives that the songs are coming from and how it moves. Like you have people that they're okay with how life is. And other people who they're not okay with it. Other people are like, man, I have it all. Other person who like it's cool that this album is not just, it doesn't have a singular message of, yep, this is what I believe and here's how I feel about it. It's him singing in different voices, or perhaps even singing from different places in his life that he's been. So I really love when an album has more like below the surface than just, yeah, I'm a Christian, let me sing about, my beliefs or whatever.
Yeah.
But it actually shows you like, well, here's someone who isn't a Christian. Like, how are they processing life and all of that? What say you, Miranda?
I really just like some hardcore punk rock. And I feel like of my two favorite bands, House of Heroes and Relient K is more punk. Mm-hmm. And House of Heroes is more rock, and then Switch is kind of just something else, because he has like a surfer voice, but then he's also rock. But anyway,
yeah.
So this one is like straight punk rock, and so I really like that. I've never like extensively listened to them before. Mm-hmm. We have a friend named Emily who really loves them, and I just make fun of her, so I never listened to them that much. But like I really liked that it was like pure punk rock and like a good mix of everything in there. And it made it like not like too overwhelming, like too screamo or too mellow, but it was like just in the middle, and it was really good. I also am a big fan of Christian nihilism because like I relate a lot, and so I like that they explored that stuff in there. Also, I feel like, because when me and Brandon were talking about it, he was like, this one's like a short listen to, but it felt like, it was like short, and I got through it fast, but it didn't feel like it was short. Like, it was like meaty, and it wasn't just like wham bam.
For me, the bad, building off of like being on a trip, I kept waiting for it to kick into fourth gear. I feel like it kind of stayed in third gear, which is still good, but it was, I don't really know where to like what to point out and say this is definitely the cause that took me from like really enjoying the album to loving the album, or thinking I want to tell everyone to go listen to this. I don't know what was missing. I don't know if it was maybe just the music didn't get different enough, or maybe the perspective wasn't. I don't know. I wanted to really love the album, and I felt like I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. It was not one of your favorites. I'm trying to remember how it ended, because I don't think I liked how it ended. Yeah, so, because it kind of just ended with, it was a song about their relationship, right?
I think so.
Yeah, and so it kind of just was like a climax that didn't really finish itself, and it seemed like it would have been more not important, but like, I don't know, it just seemed like that wasn't a really good end for it.
Yeah.
And so, like, just for me, like, the feeling of the album, there's not really anything I can say about it, but it just didn't feel right for the ending. And then also, I think, like, it was, I don't think it was repetitive to a fault, but it was just very repetitive if you paid attention to it. Like, there wasn't much variety in the, like, there was, like, short verses, and then there wasn't much variety in the choruses and the bridges. Which, I mean, is fine, but, like, if you listen to it over and over, you'd be like, oh, yeah, this is it. So.
Favorite songs was The Happy Nihilist and Four Chords. I love those songs, and like I listened to this, I ended up listening to the whole album probably like 4 or 5 times, because I was just at work and I was just thinking of Four Chords and all. Which there was a part in the song where I've gotten the lyrics wrong for years, where it's like I'm breathing and bored. I used to think that he was saying like on the 404 or something, and I was like, man, that's so artsy, thinking of him talking about how he's traveling down the road singing it. And then I played it for my wife, and she even thought it was like I'm bringing it home or whatever. And I was like, I hate whenever there's a song that I build up and I'm like, man, I put so much thought and meaning into lyrics that aren't even there.
Yeah.
I still love the song, but I was like, okay, well this went from being the greatest song ever with my lyrics to, I guess with their lyrics it's still good.
Yeah. I liked a lot. I was just re-looking at it because I don't think I wrote down all the ones that I really liked. I really liked Cheap Shots, and The Happy Nihilist. What was it? My Name, because that had references to Jacob, and because the end is not the end. And that's the Jacob story, and so like I just relate so much to rock songs about Jacob. So I really like that one. And Vagabonds, I think, was a really good, that's another good thing. It was a really good like title for the title track. So yeah, there were a lot of good ones.
I think if anything, the Classic Crime does well at naming their bands and naming their albums. Just going through some of the other ones, it's like, man, there's a lot of like good in these.
Yeah.
My thoughts of the album as a whole, I think it's a good album. Maybe a great, I don't know. But I think it's a really good album, and 10 years later, like, I still listen to two songs, Four Chords and Happy Nihilist, a bunch. They're on a bunch of different playlists I make if I'm going somewhere or if I'm trying to do something. And even a couple of the other songs on here, I'd always was brushed over them, but I found myself thinking, oh, I'm going to add this to my list. Or, like, I'm definitely going to see myself listening to this album post, like, review.
Yeah. For somebody who, like, hasn't really listened to it or thought they were too cool for it because their friend Emily was listening to it, it was definitely a good album to get into. And, I mean, I don't really know because I haven't listened to a lot of their other ones, but, I mean, like, if they sound like this, then that's good. Also, I think that like I hate comparing like Christian artists to secular artists, but they sound a lot like All Time Low. And so if you like All Time Low, then you'll probably like this album. Just fair warning. But also, I'm not comparing. But yeah, overall, it was a good album, and I'll definitely like re-listen to it and enjoy it some more in more complex ways.
All right, well, there you go. That's been our review of Vagabonds by The Classic Crime. Let us know if we got it right, if we got it wrong. Is this one of your favorite albums? Are you in the band? Do you know where you are? Let us know in the comments. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you subscribe to Tink Media Network and see all the other goodies we have on this channel. And we will see you next time.
See you later.